Have you ever wondered why some people are born poor and somehow, even after a lifetime of hard work, dedication, and 5 a.m. alarms, still end up poor? It's not because they didn't try. It's not because they bought one too many iced lattes. And no, it's not because they refuse to just invest in real estate, Chad. The brutal truth is this: poverty is not just about money. It's about structure, mindset, opportunity, or the complete lack of all three. And today, we're diving deep into why poor people stay poor and what's really going on behind the scenes. Let's start with the first villain in this story, the survival loop. When you're poor, every single day becomes a mission just to make it to the next. Wake up, go to work, pay bills, stress out, repeat. It's like living inside a video game, except the only reward is rent not being late. There's no leveling up, no treasure chest at the end, just you and that one can of beans you've been emotionally attached to since Tuesday. People love to say, why don't poor people just save money? Well, Karen, maybe because when you're making $1,500 a month and your rent is $1,200, the only thing you're saving is screenshots of things you'll never afford. You can't save when you're already running on fumes. Survival eats strategy for breakfast. And then there's the psychology of poverty. Being broke doesn't just drain your bank account, it drains your brain. Studies show that financial stress literally reduces cognitive performance. You're so focused on solving today's crisis, like, do I buy food or do I pay the electricity, that your brain can't plan long term. It's not that poor people make bad decisions, it's that poverty forces people into bad decisions. It's like trying to play chess during a fire drill. Sure, technically you could think 5 moves ahead, but the building is on fire and your king just caught on fire too. Now let's talk about education. If you're born into poverty, chances are your school system isn't exactly Harvard. In some places, just getting through high school is an achievement. And while rich kids are doing robotics club and taking Mandarin, poor kids are learning how to share one outdated textbook between 4 people. If knowledge is power, then poverty is like trying to charge your phone with a potato. And what about networks? Wealthy people have access to family lawyers, business mentors, investment advisors, and that one uncle who always knows a guy. Meanwhile, poor families are lucky if someone in the family finished college. You don't get taught how to build wealth. You get taught how to survive. You don't inherit assets. You inherit stress and maybe a broken blender. Now add in the cost of being poor. That's right, being poor is actually more expensive. You can't afford to buy in bulk, so you pay more per unit. You can't afford a reliable car, so you end up fixing a clunker every other month. You can't qualify for low interest credit, so you use payday loans with interest rates that would make the mafia blush. It's like being stuck in financial quicksand. Every time you move, you sink a little deeper. And then there's the hustle culture. People say, just work harder. Like poor people aren't already working 2 jobs and side gigs and still eating instant noodles for dinner. If effort alone made people rich, every single mother working 12-hour shifts would be a millionaire. Let's not forget the myths of the rich. You know the ones. Millionaires just think differently. Sure, let's ignore that they also inherit differently, network differently, and have safety nets in case they fail. If a rich kid starts a field business, it's a learning experience. If a poor kid does it, it's called bankruptcy. The playing field isn't just uneven, it's a ski slope with oil on it. And we haven't even talked about systemic barriers yet. From discriminatory hiring practices to redlining to underfunded schools, poverty is often reinforced by policies that make it harder to escape. It's like trying to climb out of a hole, but every time you get a grip, someone comes and steps on your fingers. Politely, of course. But let's pause here and be real. Not everything is doom and gloom. Many people do break the cycle. Through education, luck, entrepreneurship, or sheer stubbornness, some escape poverty and even thrive. But the truth is, the system wasn't designed to make that easy. Those stories are the exception, not the rule. And it's not because they worked harder. It's often because something, somewhere, aligned just right. And here's where the comedy of it all kicks in. We live in a world where people spend more time researching their Netflix recommendations than they do learning how interest rates work. Where memes about being broke get more likes than financial literacy videos. Where someone will drop $500 on a phone but hesitate to invest $50 in a personal finance course. Irony? Definitely. Funny? Kinda? Tragic? Also yes. So, what's the way out? Step 1. Awareness. Understand the game is rigged so you can stop blaming yourself. Poverty is not a personal failure. It's a societal societal design flaw. Step 2. Education. Even if it's free YouTube videos and borrowed library books. Learn how money works, how banks profit, what inflation actually is. These are tools. Arm yourself. Step 3. Community. Find people who are also trying to escape. Share resources. Learn together. You'd be surprised how far mutual support goes. And finally, resist the guilt. You don't owe anyone an explanation for being tired, burned out, or behind on bills. You're doing what you can with what you've got. That in itself is a fight. So yes, the truth is brutal, but it's also empowering, because once you understand the system, you can stop playing the role they wrote for you and start rewriting your own. And hey, if all else fails, you can always start a finance podcast. That seems to be working for everyone else these days.